maybe contrary to popular takings, and also reflecting back that the Niger Delta was highly volatile at one point, and that within that time, I was very much in the forefront. But my being in the forefront was really agitating for non-violence. I believe in non-violence. I'm a non-violent person. I hate injustice, so there is no way I can accept violence. But there are people who are violent in what they do. For instance, bad governance is violence against the people.
That's a good one on me.
Corruption is violence. Bad road where people die is violence against the people. Lack of employment is violence. Looting of our resources is a form of violence. Violence is not just when you hold a gun to somebody's head and take his life. That's not the only violence. When people die from curable diseases because we don't have good hospitals and the person cannot afford 5,000 naira, that's violence against the person's right to life. And that is what Nigeria is today. If you don't have money, if you're not rich, you can't live. You can't even survive. And I hate to even use the word survive, because I believe that we're not created to survive. We're created to live the life that God has given to us. So I don't like violence. But there are violence that is being perpetrated against Nigerians today as we speak. Lack of electricity is violence. Promises that are not kept is all form of violence. So I don't like violence. And even the Boko Haram issue, if we reflect, Boko Haram has made their position clear. I think nobody misunderstands them. Their leader was killed. Their leader was not political against political parties. It was the issue between themselves within their religious beliefs and their domain and their leaders. Those were the issues. But their leader was killed. Their leader was killed when he was in the hands of the authorities. The people needed answers to those questions. How did a man in a singlet that was handcuffed and was in your custody, how did he get killed? Then we also saw on Al Jazeera, unless Al Jazeera made up those pictures or the people made it up and gave it to Al Jazeera. But if we're going by what we saw on Al Jazeera, we also saw that young men were laid down on the grass, face down, and they were shot. That the whole world saw it. I'm not making this up. So those were violence that they were reacting against. Now, I draw the line when they now decide to go and bomb churches and kill people that have a right to worship their God the same way they have a right to worship. But I have no qualms with them if they have issues. If they have issues, let the issues be tabled.